Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is the Universal Exhaust Heat Shield from Nelson Rigg, RGHS. Stands for Rigg Gear Heat Shield. And I am going to show you why you need one of these. So when you have a set of the saddlebags, be it Nelson Rigg or any other brand, I prefer Nelson Rigg, lifetime warranty, super quality. But if you have one of these and you run them on a DUALSPORT, these are DUALSPORT saddlebags. And I learned a long time ago there's a certain way to put on these DUALSPORT saddlebags. I went on a ride a couple weeks ago, and when the saddlebags was put on, they was put on like this, which looks proper. Kind of like when you have a cruiser bike or whatever, you know, your saddlebags are on here and they kind of lean, they slope to the back. But on DUALSPORT saddlebags, the way they're designed is, especially the Nelson Rigg anyway, they're designed to go this way. And I knew that, but I neglected, or I actually forgot, wasn't paying attention, but I put them on the other way. I put them on in the reverse way. But even this way, it's still good to have that heat shield, because right here, if the bag was to touch this pipe down here, it can melt the back of the bag. Well, let me show you the way I had it. Like I said, was like this, which of course is the wrong way. My wife's riding on here with me, so she's got her leg here, probably putting some pressure on it too. That added to it, and then I'll show you what happened and how I could prevent it if I would have had that Nelson Rigg heat shield. So let me show you this bag. So here is the back of the saddlebag. You can see I melted this pretty good. I actually melted, and it's actually burnt, crispy, breaking. Burnt plumb through this. Now there is another layer in here that's still holding, but this soft cover that keeps from scratching the side, it actually burnt plumb through it. Now this is absolutely no fault of the bag, totally my fault, not having the heat shield, and I had these turned around the wrong direction. And as I said, I knew which direction they go, and I neglected, didn't pay attention, and I put them around backwards. It might not even have happened if I would have had them turned around right, but to totally prevent this, I want to put the Nelson Rigg heat shield on, and it would never happen again. But you can see it even burnt through right here. So yeah, it burned it up pretty crispy. You know, I guess it would still be usable. A person could patch it with something. I mean, that's all it did, the first layer. The second layer, right there, I can feel, is actually still intact and still good. Luckily, it didn't actually catch on fire that I know of. There may have been some embers there burning, I'm sure, and burn up whatever was in it. We had our cell phones and stuff in there, had jackets and things. So let me show you the heat shield. Okay, so here we have the Nelson Rigg. Like I said, it's called the Universal Exhaust Heat Shield. Shows you pretty easy how it goes on. Has one big clamp, and I mean that is a huge clamp. I don't know what that is, like a 12-inch clamp probably. I guess for, you never know how big an exhaust is going to be. I was kind of wondering if it would fit on this stock exhaust, because the stock exhaust on a CRF300L 250L is pretty good size rounds. A lot bigger than an aftermarket like an FMF. This will work on FMF exhaust or anything, especially if you remove your plastic shield that comes on the bike. Remove it and you put an FMF on, like a lot of people do. Then you would definitely want one of these. Even to keep from burning yourself, this would be awesome for that. Let's take it out of this package and check it out. Alright, so this is what it looks like out of the package. Has some of that plastic stuff on here you need to peel off. That was just to keep it from getting scratched up during shipping and making it. I'll take this off here. Now this looks like it's aluminum. Make sure you get all this off so it don't melt on here, because it's going to get hot anyway. Okay, so on the heat shield here we have the strap, and what the strap does there, the clamp I should say, will go through your heat shield like so, and around your exhaust. So we'll put it on the exhaust and then show you how to tighten it up. Okay, on my exhaust here, you can see that there's a little bit of the stuff off that bag. It just comes right off, but that had stuck to it when it burnt. What we want to do is find a good location for this heat shield. It depends on how your bike is made, what kind of pipe you got, where you would want to put this. I don't want it touching this plastic to rub on it, but I want it in a good spot. Anywhere like right in here is going to be good. It kind of fits straight with the pipe, not with that plastic, so it will look like that right there. But like I say, if you had an FMF exhaust, and a lot of people will take this guard off, then this is what you definitely want for something like that, because you have nothing. Even if somebody gets on there and they could burn their leg extremely bad, this is going to help. Now, doesn't mean it won't get hot, but it's not going to get nearly as hot as this exhaust pipe here, this muffler. So we're going to put it right there, I think. We need to run our strap around here. Find a good location to run it through. Don't want it going over anything. I want it round as can be, so I want it to round the pipe nicely. And then I'm going to feed this through the heat shield right here, and then through the bottom of the heat shield like so. And I want to bring this back because I actually want to clamp this probably in the back or on the bottom. I want it to where it's clamped on here, but just in case your suspension, I don't know how close your tire, depending on the tire size, how close your tire will get to your muffler on the back side, so you wouldn't want your tire, your knobbies hitting this. So I'll probably put it where this is going to be straight down. I think will be a good place for it. And that should mount just like that. So I got a little screwdriver here with a nut driver on it. It's 9/32. Now there's a metric size I'm sure that fits that, but this 9/32 fits it good, so that's what I'm going to use. Get it started here. Now we got to run up that 1/4 mile of clamp. It's so long, but like I said, that's because they have no idea how big around your exhaust is, and they wanted to make it universal. It's going to fit pretty much any exhaust. You could use this on even street bikes. It doesn't have to be a DUALSPORT. Adventure bikes. That thing's big enough, I'm sure it would fit around an Africa Twin exhaust. Just trying to work the clamp around as I go until I get it tightened down. Right like that. It's not touching here, but it's nice and solid, the bottom and top all the way solid, so it'll sit flat on here. You can break those clamps if you tighten them too tight, so be careful with that. You don't want to tighten it so tight that you actually strip the clamp out. That's going to be tight enough, it's not going to go nowhere. Okay, so now the last step is you want to take and cut the excess off. Leave just a little bit of excess in case you have to remove this and put it back on. If you cut it too short, it makes that clamp real hard to get to. So leave a little bit that you can keep up out of the way, just not long enough that it's going to catch anything. These are just some cheap shears. If you had some sheet metal shears, would probably actually work real good. Hopefully this will cut it, because usually these clamps are stainless steel and they're pretty tough. Like so. Now I want to bend this up. I want to take the tip of this, you can't see it here, but the tip of this that's sharp, and I want to bend it up where it's touching the clamp and not where it's going to be down to where it can stick into anything. Because your suspension will compress quite a ways. Now my clamp is real nice and tight. The end of the strap is actually going up and it's touching itself. It's not too long. I'm not touching here, as you can see, really close, but not touching, and this should work really good. So there we go, nice aluminum heat shield. That's going to protect it, I'm sure. Alright, so now when I put the Nelson Rigg saddlebags on, I'm not going to have to worry about a thing. And you can see that they do go back here to where the heat shield is, so it is necessary, even if you put them on the correct way. Even if you decided you wanted to put them on this way, which is backwards, I think that's going to stop it from touching pretty much all the way right there. Really nice, it covers the whole thing. But you really should run them this way, and the cool part about running these bags this way is both sides of this bag actually has a tool pouch on here. You open up this Velcro flap right here, and it's got a long tool pouch. It's Velcroed shut here, so it's basically double Velcroed, so it's real strong. This is a long pouch plumb down in the bottom, and you can put your tire irons in here, you can put tubes, you can put long wrenches, whatever, in the bottom of this in both sides. So that's why you really want it aimed this way. It's a lot nicer to keep your tools loaded. They're here on the back side like that, and you're good to go. So that is why you need the Nelson Rigg heat shield on your bike. Super good. Would have saved some money if a person would have known that to start with. And I had actually seen that on their website, but had no idea that you would need it with a stock exhaust and already having this heat shield. But you definitely do. Even if you put the bags right, it's going to be nice to have that, because you won't have to worry at all about your saddlebags hitting that. And like I said, it even protects the person that's riding here, because that mufflers on these things get extremely hot. And also, like I said, if you have an aftermarket exhaust like an FMF or a Yoshimura or something, and you don't have this on, you definitely got a pipe right out there that's blazing hot, and this shield is going to help a lot. So definitely want to pick one of them up. Thank you guys for watching. I'll put a link below, as with all my Nelson Rigg gear. And like I say, if you use Woodzman 20 code when you go to nelsonrigg.com, the link's below, you're going to get 20% off your order. Anything over $50 you're going to save and get free shipping. So a super good deal. Thank you guys for watching. Click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Right on.